Hello, Hastings. Welcome to another Tales of Love. I'm Tom Wright, and I have the pleasure of meeting another couple definitely in love here at the KDWA radio station, Mr. Dan and Barb Massman. Oh, look at that. Now, these two have been married for
Did we
18
talk about
years?
that in our pre-show? Wasn't it?
We do need to keep this clean, by the way. Yeah.
Okay.
18 years you've been married.
Yeah.
Close to it, yes.
Oh, great. So we're going to hear all about how these two met and how they proposed and they got the wedding day, hear the story behind that, and then also get some tips from these guys on good marriage and how they've kept it going for 18 years. And throw us a couple fun questions at you too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Got to keep you on your toes.
We didn't rehearse those, Tom.
No. That was in the fine print. Is where it was.
Okay.
All right. So who would like to take the lead on the story of how you two met?
I will.
Well, a good marriage, Tom, consists of the male part doing this.
So you will do so. And allow Barb.
Go ahead, dear.
Trained well, don't you?
Go
Yes,
ahead, dear.
Very well. I moved up to Prescott, Wisconsin in 1993, and I worked at the nursing home. And Myrna and Sharon owned the Croy restaurant in Prescott, so I would go there with my friends for lunch. And one day while we were sitting there, Dan and his partner then Roy walked in, and our eyes met.
Business
He smiled.
partner.
Business partner.
Just to clarify.
And my girlfriends and I, we were just like, oh, he's kind of cute. You should ask him out. And I said, no, girls don't ask boys out. So then we decided we'd have a vote. So we brought a resident down each day we came to get their approval of Dan. So we brought Lillian
I
down.
had no idea I was being vetted.
No,
Wow.
he had no idea. Chris
being
Myrner that
vetted.
worked there also worked as my nurse at the nursing home. So she would give me tidbits about Dan and Roy. So I would bring the nursing residents down and everyone approved. And so then Myrna came over and she said, I'll give him a note. And so I said, okay. So I finally gave in. I wrote my name and phone number. She hands him the note. We leave. And it was a couple weeks later he called and asked me out. And we went to the Virginian for our first date.
Ooh.
And he was very much a gentleman and walked me
That's
to the door.
changed since.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But anyway, that's how we met. It was in 1993. We dated 4 years off and on, and then decided to get married in September of 1997.
Wow. Let's go to you, Dan, on your first impression. What was it about Barb?
Well, I really wasn't, wasn't ready to jump into a marriage and thought, so I remember Myrna handed me the note and I just put it on my desk here and at that time I had a business partner and Roy kept saying, well, call her. And I kept saying, well, I enjoy this single life. I just want to be left alone. And so I was getting pressure from all sorts of sides. And so I gave her a call and we got together and it was just a uphill ride since.
Uphill ride. Good way to put it.
Uphill ride.
Let's hear about that first date. Where did you guys go for your first
We went to
date?
the Virginian.
Between, you know where that is?
No.
Highway 10 between Prescott and Ellsworth.
Yeah.
It was a real fancy restaurant at that time.
Right. It no longer exists. Right now I think it's a dance hall for weddings.
It was there for probably 30 years, though. It was a nice place. So.
Yeah, we had a nice steak dinner and just got to know each other. And
Yeah, and I had to
Steak dinner. You went all out.
oh yeah, he bought.
Her idea. I had to buy. No, just kidding.
And so you said you dated for 4 years?
Off and on, yeah.
Off
Because
and on.
he worked 2 jobs and I worked a lot of hours at the nursing home, so we just didn't have a lot of time to do a lot of dating. But
Sure.
yeah,
And what kept it going? What was it about the other that attracted you to them? Let's start with you, Dan. Let's start with you. What about Barb that
Her kindness, wanting to date me.
that's always a plus when they want to. It's true. Yeah.
got to have that want, right?
So I figured, hey, let's give this a shot.
She likes me.
She likes me. Wow.
And how about you, Barb? What was it about this guy?
That he was such a gentleman and didn't push himself on me. He always had a nice smile, and he was just enjoyable to be around. And we had a lot in common. We both worked hard and, Catholic faith. And we just had a foundation from the beginning.
Nice, nice. And so how did the ring come about? Tell us a story on the proposal, Dan.
Boy, how did that go? I can't,
It just happened.
I'm trying to think.
We just
Way
decided.
to go, Tom. Put me on the spot.
No, we just decided to get
Yeah, I
married
think
and
we
agreed.
just, we just decided mutually that,
Hey, let's do it.
and we did.
And you did. And tell us about that wedding day. I know there's a lot of familiar names and people that were at your wedding.
Wow. Well, Dave Bedoin was my best man.
Oh, yes.
A lot of people know Dave because I had a history with Dave. I worked as a teenager at this radio station, and Dave was actually the one that called me up and said, Dan, you want to buy a radio station? Now's a good time. And he helped me through the process. And Dave, I mean, a great guy.
Great guy.
Yeah, so he told me, he gave his approval, said, I think you should marry her. Everybody was telling me this. I'm like, what?
See, smart people he was
Everybody
surrounded
kept telling
by.
me, my parents, my mom, my dad, Dave, Elaine. I mean, everybody was saying, after they had met Barb, said, you need to quick marry her. I think Dave says, hurry up before she gets away, was a kind of, was a pretty good quote out of there.
Oh.
I said, okay.
And so, Barb, how'd you guys do your wedding? What took place that day?
We had, Sharon, who was part owner of the restaurant in Prescott, set up the dinner, the luncheon, and the residents at the nursing home, I had them help me plan because they were so excited to be a part of the wedding. So they decided on the cake and the food, and Sharon.
I didn't know any of this.
And Sharon prepared it, and then most of them got to come to our wedding. One passed away just before our wedding, but we did. We had them come. And
friends. And Mo sang at it. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, Mo was there. And
Mikey was there.
yeah, little
Vinny
Mikey, a
was
lot
there.
of people that worked at the station.
Just to get back at Mo, here's a picture of Mo for anybody that's not familiar.
I do have one in
You
here.
have one in it? Oh,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
that's a picture of
I'd have to
Michelle.
look for
We're
it.
going to have to show you those pictures. But we made it mandatory if you worked here, you had to come to the wedding. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. We wanted to fill the church. We did. But it wasn't.
Yeah, it was a nice
It was a
ceremony.
Good ceremony, huh?
His
Yeah.
parents were there. My mother was there.
Any bloopers to report? That's a question I've asked.
No, everything went fine. Oh, except Lindsay, our granddaughter, her shoe fell off while she was coming up the aisle.
And you have to look at Dave here, how young he looked.
Oh, Mel. Yes. What a sprightly young Dave Bedoin there.
Yeah, kind of young.
Did you do a honeymoon then, or?
No.
Not until a couple years later.
Oh, okay.
So we just needed to get back to work.
Yes.
Get back to work, back to the station. So, you've done 18 years now. Fast forward, we've 18 years of marriage, and you guys have a family with kids and grandkids now.
Grandkids, yes.
And you guys are up here very happy. Tell us, what is the secret to a good marriage and a good relationship? What has kept you guys together all this time?
I think your foundation in faith, communication, and respect.
Yeah, I think respect's the biggest part of it too, and faith and respect, because I think although we are a partner, we are a couple, we also are individuals. She gets to do her thing, I do my thing, but we all respect that.
What tips would you have for a young couple watching this right now, or that are thinking about getting married?
To put God first in their life, make sure you have that foundation. Always be truthful, respect each other's opinions. Even you can agree to disagree, and still get along.
Never have we disagreed.
Yeah, never,
And
right?
just love one another because every day is a gift from God. So.
And I think the biggest thing that young couples fight about, of course, is money.
Cha-ching.
Money. And we just started off at the beginning, and again, part of that respect and being individuals, but yet being a couple, was, younger kids will say, well, what's a good advice? And I say, I think probably one of the best advice that I was given and we took too was, you have 3 checking accounts. You have one which is a joint account, and that's where all the household, expenses are paid out, the mortgage and all that. And depending on whatever your salary is, you pay a percentage into that so that everything is met. And then the rest, hers is hers and her money, and mine is my money, and we do what we, we be individuals and purchase what we want, and in that way it isn't like, well, all our money is all our money and we are going to buy this or that. No, we decide together if, but she bought her own car, I bought my own car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she buys her quilting stuff, and
Gotta have my quilting stuff.
Yes, your quilting stuff.
and I like to snowmobile and stuff. So, after the main bills were all paid, everything was, that your responsibilities are taken care of, then you save for what you want.
I've heard that tip before. Yes,
Have you?
and my dad follows that, and with his wife, they have
Really?
he has his debit card for his account is just labeled beer is on it.
See, he's an individual, right?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a huge tip that you learn, and hopefully you don't learn it the hard way, but because you still have to be individuals, but you still are a couple too.
Couple of fun questions for you.
No comment.
Favorite gift. Favorite gift from each other. Barb, what was your favorite gift or gesture that Dan has done for you?
Lots of things. Favorite.
Well, thank you, dear.
I got a beautiful bouquet of flowers yesterday for my birthday and for Valentine's Day.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Thank you. And then for Christmas, he gave me a remote start for my car, so that was awesome.
Because she didn't want to go out in the cold, and
Yeah, so that was
So I
awesome.
thought that'd be nice to
And
have a
I think a
cozy,
gift
warm
is
car.
Just letting me do my quilting, which is a great gift because that's my passion. And so he doesn't interfere with that. He just lets me do my thing. And so that's a great gift for me to be able to do what my heart is out for.
It is nice. Dan, how about you? What's your favorite gift from?
Wow. One time I remember after she and I had met, and I think it was before we were even married, and I was all worried about, buying the radio station. I said, I don't know if I can do this, or I can't remember what it was. There was some crisis, and I said, man, this could be the end of it, and am I doing the right thing and stuff? And she said, well, none of that even matters. As long as we have each other, we have our health, the rest of it will either come or it won't come. And I thought, wow, it isn't about what I'm doing. It's actually about me, about us.
Yeah.
And so that, I just always remember that. And I said, I agree with Dave and the rest of them. Better. Just kidding.
Well, and one final question that I'm sure everybody has got on their minds is that you two of you are here at the radio station quite a bit together. You work together, which is nice. But the question is, with that being the case, have you guys ever been caught making out here at the radio station?
No.
No, we don't.
No.
You don't get caught. That's what you're saying.
We just don't get caught.
Yeah, we just.
You got to be really sneaky about stuff like that.
Way to go, Barb. Wow.
Secrets are coming out.
Wow. No, we haven't been caught at the radio station.
Oh,
And I'm going to leave it at that.
oh, sounds like another show we could have.
Yeah, you never
Oh,
know,
yeah.
Tom.
Let me put it this way. There was some budding relationships.
In the radio station here, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
But cannot tell.
But it wasn't us. I mean, ours was budding, but not at the radio station.
Nice. Well, thank you both for sharing your story. This was a lot of fun to come in here. I've known you guys for a while now, but it's really fun to hear your story and chat about this stuff. So,
She chased me.
and it's official. Barb chased you
Yes, I did. With approval, though.
with approval,
Friends and the residents at the nursing home.
But I was lucky.
with a very thorough background check. It sounds
I
like.
was
Yes,
very
it
lucky.
was.
Well, thanks again, and happy Valentine's Day to you both.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you. You too. Thank you, Tom.
And thank you, folks at home, for joining us for Tales of Love with Dan and Barb Massman. See you next time.